Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Tifosi Time, your favorite Serie A podcast. This is episode 117 of the best podcast no one knows about. We can call this the Allegri showed his ass episode. And, sorry I missed the last episode, but a shout out to a couple weeks ago sponsor, Poop Like a Champion. I haven't been able to leave the toilet since I tried that stuff, so kudos to them. And this week we have a new sponsor. It's Vicks. It's Vicks Vapo Inhaler. Great for when you're congested or when you're getting the stench out of Juventus' last game out of your nose. So here's to that. Fellas, say hello.
Hi. Can we pause really quick? Pietro, close your door so we don't hear that TV, please.
There's a party going on at his house. I'm jealous.
Jesus. Slam that.
Yeah, with power. All right, fellas. So
wait, hold on. I think Napoli just scored again.
They still scoring?
Yeah,
Keep scoring.
What a joke, man. You guys made fun of me when I said 3-1 the other day.
Yeah, who knew that you were conservative in your pick?
I know.
Please, get out of here.
No, Thomas Chris.
I wasn't thinking about 5-1. Why would they play?
Oh, well, yeah, when it was 4-1.
Oh, why they play, I knew it would be about toast. You know what I mean?
Listen, this is how bad this game was. I literally did not watch another game all weekend. Okay?
No, dude, Frank, I'm same. I did not watch.
So, this is the Allegri. This is the true Allegri. Before the game started, in fairness, guys, did I not text you about the formation and how stupid it was?
It was idiotic.
Guys, the first half we did good.
No, we didn't. They got lucky to be down 2-1.
First half we did good. We had some chance to try to.
I think your bar is so low for Juventus that is good because we had a chance to tie.
You had the first 2-1, right?
Yeah.
There was a traversa from what's his name?
Di Maria? Somebody.
No, that was we did okay, but the second half sank.
Listen, you can't.
I have just one question. On this game, coach, and the other, to change a coach, to put Pandella Juventus, Allegri at Napoli, how did the game would have been?
Not like that.
It wouldn't be 5-1 for sure.
No, this is 100% on Allegri. That he starts a defensive 3, one of them being Sandro.
No, but also defensive 3, but not really. It was defensive 5 because Chiesa and Kostic.
Well, that was my next point. I texted you that before the game. I go, the way he has the formation, he's expecting Chiesa and Kostic to be fullbacks.
Yeah, that's the point. It's mentality.
He's ridiculous.
In that case, against Napoli, should have played with three forward, staying there, 3 forward up. No bad.
Well, and listen, and the other, this is not revisionist history. You guys know this is true. I text you about those 2 things. I text you one other thing. You remember what the other thing was before the game even started?
I said all the old people,
all the old guys, and I say, see, this is Allegri's true colors.
No youngsters.
He still doesn't realize they're better with Fagioli and Moretti playing than some of these guys like McKennie and all these. He put all the old guys in. He played a formation where the one guy who's going to be dangerous, Chiesa, has to play right fullback. And then he wonders why he gets his ass kicked the entire game. Like,
they had to, if they got the ball, they had to go up the field 80 yards.
Yeah.
There was only one person up there, Milik.
Yeah.
It was a terrible strategy. But then also you play 5 defenders, and still you have people open on the wing coming in the middle, wide open. Like, what do you do?
Because it's the worst type of defenders on the outside. They're expected to cover 100 yards up and down the wing, so they're always chasing the play. Those 2 guys want to be offensive, so it's not like they sit back like when you have true fullbacks. So they're chasing backward, and they're too late moving forward. It's like the worst of both worlds.
You see, before the game, right, there was a talking that Rugani would have been there, for somewhat, kept in consideration of Bremer. That was hoping Bremer is able to play. If we knew that, I would prefer Rugani.
Well, yeah, I mean,
he
had some mistakes for sure.
He was bad.
Watch the game. He played bad, very bad.
So, that's another thing. Was he not physically ready and he just decided to put him in? Like, I don't understand. Like, and if you're playing defensive three, like, so now you're telling me Sandro is a better option, a defensive three than Gatti and Rugani. Why do you have these guys on the team then?
He thinks so. He loves them.
Yeah, well, you know what? I read something where he's got a thing. If he plays 40 games, he automatically gets his contract renewed. If I was Juventus, if he hits some 40-game mark, competitive games, I'll be like, he cannot beat 40 games. I don't care. He's got to end at 39. Anyway, not to blame just Sandro. The whole team was
It was the
horrible.
whole strategy of the team.
Besides the Sandro staff, the defensive staff, it's matter of mentality. When against Napoli, you play with 3 forward, they press them down there right away. You don't ask Chiesa to be back and forth. I don't know why.
But they never
the
do
first
that.
goal, he was in front of the goal, Chiesa.
But they always counter. They always play back and counter. That's what they do.
Chris is making the point. You saw the real Allegri. He might have won 8-9 games in a row over shitty teams, but as soon as you play a big team, this is what's going to happen because your team can't hold the ball. They don't know how to even defend as a group.
Yeah,
they really don't.
And
he put what's his name backhand in there to top against Caravel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he never was close to him.
No.
Never at all.
No, the strategy that Allegri is using of 1-0 games, don't let in any goals.
Yeah.
That's out the door when they score early as hell.
Yeah.
Cool. Now we have nothing. Like
that's exactly right. As soon as Napoli scored, it was like, now what do we do?
Nobody play like that. I remember, what thing when Italy used to play contropiede, all defense, right? And Inter was the best team because he had the Suarez, Corso, Jair up front, fast. They used to have beautiful defense, good defense, and they used to play just defense and Lancio Lungo.
Yeah, but how many years ago was that?
Yeah, now it's past that thing.
Nobody plays like that anymore.
Except for Allegri.
Listen, this is not only that, but like you have to understand the circumstances of this game, right? Napoli lost their first game to Inter. Clearly, they were probably feeling a little like, not that great. You were within, if you would have won this game, you were within 4 points, and you reopened the championship. And that's what it
said the time is better.
But forget that. As a competitive team, as Juventus, DNA Juventus, in other years, Juventus would have won that game.
But Frank, don't forget, we won 8 games, right? Mm-hmm. But 3 of them, Cremonese, Lecce, and another one, we came by luck.
Yeah, in the 90th minute or whatever it was.
Because 1-0.
Let me tell you, that game for Napoli.
1-0 when he used to go Corto Muso, where they go. That time he had the beautiful team. He had the Barzagli, Bonucci, and Chiellini. A midfield with the Pogba, Pirlo, Marchisio, Vidal. In front with Del Piero, Ravanelli, and everybody else. I mean, he cannot play defense.
No.
Go ahead, Chris. What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say now that confidence, the season's over. It's wrapped up without a doubt.
That's what I'm saying. I think we can't give him a pass. That was the game of the season. As bad as you played the first half of the year, you had a direct contest versus the team ahead of you. And if you would have showed up, yes, you were away. But if you would have showed up, even got a tie, right? But if you would have won that game, it was worth 6 points, really, right? Mm-hmm. Instead, what do? Not only do you lose, you get embarrassed. That was one of the most embarrassing ever in the history ever as Napoli beat Juventus.
The last time they lost 5-1 was 1993 against Pescara.
Napoli's got to be feeling good, man.
I don't know. You know the difference between this. I don't know whether they want to get Salernitana. He just to fire Nicola,
which is ridiculous.
No, he was already. What do they want to be?
Yeah, why did they fire him?
Well, so
they lost 8-2.
It was 8-2.
You know what? At least
he's protected. 5 goals.
Yeah.
5 goals. How?
Not just 5 goals. 5 goals in the most important game of the year. Like you let teams now chase you down. Now you're back in the hunt for fourth place. Fifth place is only 3 points behind you. Like there was a lot of things on that game. And to show up and just be behind the ball like for the entire 90 minutes, what did you do? What was the preparation like?
No, but you see, sometimes, I mean, you have to think even not to kill the defense. But when you see Bremen that situation, you switch a player.
I mean, I don't think it was just one
Switch a
player.
player, come on. He was not the situation to play, not condition to play.
I think we also have to give credit to Napoli too. Not that Juventus played good, but like Napoli is far like the best team won that game. Like, no question, they're playing.
That's not doubt. It's the best team.
We've been saying that.
Their defense is better. Their midfield's better. Their
100%.
You expect Juventus to play like that?
Yeah,
No, that was bad. I mean,
But listen, 100% the best team won. We've been saying Napoli is by far the best team. Still, Inter went in and beat them just 2 weeks ago, 1-0. So they're not unbeatable. And the fact that you showed up.
If you saw Inter, right? Inside you put Darmian on top of Carvajal. He smacked the guy, but Darmian kicked his ass probably.
It's not like Darmian is the best defender ever.
yeah, because Inter didn't change their formation because they were scared.
Yeah.
They said, we're going to play our game.
Yes.
And
This was the tactical genius, Allegri. This was how he changed it for the better to handle Napoli. This is what he thought.
I think a big like once Sule came in, like he was one who actually put effort in. Once the game was 5-1 and it came.
Yeah, but
I think your point of putting all these old people in, like that haven't been doing much, and just saying, "Oh, I need to play them because they're old and veterans." Like that was
I trust them. Like
they still would have lost.
No.
You see, let's talk about. You talk about the old people, right? All right, let's talk individual, right? But Ken, what he was doing, Rabiot, what he was doing. I mean, even Bremen, what he was doing, he didn't change nothing.
But that's the point. This is the point. When you even want to give Allegri some benefit of, they won 8 in a row and he played some young kids. We've been saying this since the beginning. He played young kids because he had to. Even with seeing them on the field and seeing the benefit of having there, he doesn't still realize it. He thinks he's better off with McKennie and Rabiot and Locatelli and all these old Paredes. Like, why? Because they have more experience sucking or being mediocre?
He's not in form, Paredes. He cannot play Juventus. That was a mistake to get in. And we thought he would have saved us. They said the guy, in the meantime, Zakaria, we didn't give him any chance to play.
Not even 10 games.
Who thought that? We didn't think that. Juventus thought that.
No, Juventus thought that. Yeah, Allegri wanted Paredes, right? Big time. He begged them to get. Even, let's face it, even though Di Maria did a couple things, where he played him, is that really Di Maria's position?
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
Di Maria, I heard after the World Cup, he wanted to leave Juventus.
Yeah, goodbye. Go. I don't care.
Are we going to talk about Allegri being a chicken shit and just walking off the field and not shaking his
hand? Oh, yeah, didn't even
game?
want to shake Spalletti's hands, which just shows you what a great sportsman he is.
That was a ridiculous for what's his name? Spalletti.
Why was it ridiculous?
His hand.
What is this?
The field was to give it. No, Spalletti goes like that all the time.
You're supposed to.
He limited the game before everything.
All coaches shake hands at the end of the game.
No, but I'll never leave all the time.
Yeah, if he would have won, would he have left?
No,
if he was winning 5-1. No,
sure.
I don't think so.
Well, that's bullshit.
No, he don't leave all the time.
Well, maybe he should leave and not come back. They should take the key away and change the lock because I don't need him to come back because he does nothing. The best news of Juventus has been that they signed Montero's son today. That's a bit. We got a 6 year.
Good.
Who cares? It's better than Allegri.
So I haven't been following the Italian papers. What have they been? Have they been ripping Allegri apart for this game?
It's a great question. What have the Italian papers been? What did they say after that game, Val?
Well, what did they say?
Yeah,
about Allegri.
Because even whatever they say, they don't say the real thing. Someone say the real thing.
Yeah, but don't tell me that.
Good.
But he didn't get blamed for this game.
Yeah, but he's not good.
Well, yeah, I understand that.
Because this guy, You see, the way he played, nobody played like him no more.
Not only his the way he wants, but he doesn't even play it well.
Well, yeah,
Like for a defensive team to give up 5 goals, it just shows
you
you.
let up 7 goals all season, and then you let up 5 in one game. Like, no one's scared of you now. Like, if you would have got a 1-1 draw out of that game, people would have been like, oh, shit, we have Napoli and Juventus we have to look out for. Now it's like, no, they're very beatable, and it's just Napoli we have to look out
And
for.
not to talk about the mistake from the beginning. You see the ball what it's doing. Fuck that.
Listen, the only hope I have for Juventus is that this season ends quickly, and half the team is gone next year. I truly mean that. Like, and I don't care if they replace him with a bunch of 18-year-olds. I don't care.
As you guys are talking, I keep flipping to the Juventus card that Dan made, and I'm looking at the lineup. I'm like, this team fucking reeks, dude.
Yeah, read it off. Read it off for people that can't see.
I don't want to. It's dead. It's terrible. They're just not good.
No, I mean, I think it's just it's starting from the back when you have the 3 defenders and you're used to Chiellini, Barzagli, and fucking Bonucci, and then you get these 3 guys, Bremer, Sandro, and Danilo. Like, it's right there.
The mistake
Not
is
good.
it's at the start when they decide to get Di Maria and get rid of the ball. That started the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, you can go back and back and back and compound. We absolutely.
I don't think even the money wise they lost in there.
Listen, I was just
They
reading an
thought
article.
Maria would do. Who know what would do? Why they go? What did he do?
I was
Instead,
just
see the ball. Without the ball, Roma is not good.
Di Maria was their best player on the field, by the way. So just throwing that out there.
yeah, but again, that's relative, right? Was he really that great, or was everybody else so incompetent that you were like, oh, at least he got a shot on goal?
I mean, I don't remember. Milik had the assist, but I don't remember him touching the ball.
He did. He had a header where he could have tied it early on, and he like headed it to the
And
right to the goal.
not to mention, the Maria, he play on the right all the time. And then he used behind the forward.
Yeah, the position he couldn't. The position he had no use for Dybala, and now he creates it for Di Maria.
Yeah.
Like that's why it makes no sense.
You have K's out of position, Kostas out of position. You have Di Maria out of position.
You imagine if you would have played the Maria on the right side, Milik in the center, Chiesa on the left side. Play forward. Napoli would have ease.
Well, yeah, the way he had Kostic. First of all, Kostic is not that great. Can we just say he's okay?
No, he's disappointed me.
He's okay, but he's not a world beater, right? But if you would have had Chiesa attacking them and Napoli had to worry about something, some speed, we took away all their guys and put them in bad positions. It was like,
not only that, look how
we
bad he's made Locatelli. He's been terrible.
yeah,
We talk about the method. Napoli play 4-2-3-1, right? Yes or not?
Yeah.
But that means two midfield in the middle. We have a 5 and we cannot stop it too. Come
yeah,
on.
because you can put as many people as you want there, but if they're out of position, they're out of position. It was like he hadn't played that formation more than probably 5 or 10 games, and he didn't play with that group of people. So is that the best way you want to go in versus Napoli with the three in defense that hadn't played together, right?
But Frank, I said that last week too. I said Napoli will have 2 changes. They're going to put Romani back in, and then they're going to put Zielinski back in, and then they start the exact other 9 people because you know what they are.
Yeah. But Allegri changes the formation, puts people out of position.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, we used to say Napoli is a great team. But still, if you analyze the Napoli game, right, where they have De Lorenzo and Mario Russo, they hit wing, not fullback.
Yep.
So if you put two real like Chiesa one side and Di Maria another, they cannot go up.
Yeah, that's the thing. Instead, we put our guys to play fullback and then gave them a ton of space to take over the midfield. It was just poor game. And again, the importance of that game, like the coach cannot get a free pass. Like it wasn't like you were playing some, 5th from the bottom team and it just happens. Like, no, that was a game to reopen the championship for yourself. theoretically, right? We still don't think they were going to beat Napoli, but you came out with your probably your worst game of the year. What does that tell you?
And then the last thing, coming out, you're saying like the low energy and just no heart. Like that's on the coach.
There was no energy there.
Like,
did you see Juventus play with energy like they were trying to win that game in the first 10 minutes?
We played that game. We didn't play well. Because if you do play the way I say with the forward, they stay the forward. They stop the fullback to go up.
Yes, that. And I also think Allegri, again, not knowing who's good and who's not. If you would have had a Fagioli in the mix, maybe Moretti with a couple, we could have actually played the ball a little bit better too. Instead, you have Labalka, people that can play the ball on the other side, and we're just running around doing nothing. Like it was like we weren't even there. And I'm sorry, like that's because he just doesn't understand who should be on the field. He just doesn't.
That I could understand to put Meretti to say to watch La Boca, and to play his game too.
Yeah, but that's not what they were doing. They were playing 9 men behind the ball, backing up. They weren't pressing. So
that's what they do every week.
What did they think they were going to do? Did he think in his mind, I'm going to defend for 90 minutes, and Osimhen is not going to get one chance to score when we have people like Sandro marking him? Like, is that what he thought was going to happen?
He was going to make 15 saves, play out of his mind.
Yeah,
he was playing for the tie.
Did they think you weren't going to get any shots on goal? Like, what did he think was going to happen defending for 90 minutes?
I don't know. It was a terrible strategy.
And not to say, listen, if we wanted to take the game, Napoli, we know, has more talent around the field. They probably would have still had the bulk of the possession, but it shouldn't have been a cakewalk where they did whatever the hell they wanted.
Yeah, I mean, Juventus doesn't usually dominate the possession anyway, but you still would have done more with the ball.
Yeah. Where was the motivation? If nothing else, where was the motivation to, right from the beginning, to go, this is going to be a fight for 90 minutes?
Hey, individual, what they did? Take
nothing.
Individual. McKen, Chiesa.
Nothing.
They didn't do nothing.
I don't even think I saw Chiesa touch the ball. I was glad I was working while I was watching.
They didn't say what to do. They didn't tell it. They didn't say what they had to do.
And then you saw individually, Osimhen actually do stuff. Krava did stuff. Their players made a difference. But they were also put in positions to make a difference.
And I'll tell you something. I wish I didn't play well at one of the best game.
Who?
Because if I wish I was to play one of the best game, they would have killed 10 and not 5.
Who are you talking about?
Anguisha, ¿cómo se llama?
Anguissa? He didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, he really didn't do that much.
If he was to play the way he know how, 10 goals.
I don't think Labalka plays best game, and I don't think how do you say that? I don't think any of them played their best game.
He had 4 assists.
Anyway, can we move on? That's been 24 minutes of UA. I can't do it anymore.
I mean, again, I'm just going to end that segment with how I end every show. Allegri out. Like, he sucks ass. That's
but
all.
It's not going to happen. So,
well, until he's gone, we can't pretend that Juventus is going to wake up and rebuild because
the report I saw was if they don't make top 4, he's out. I mean, shocker.
You know what's the funny part? You know what's the funny part? They used to say, the paper say, look at the Premier, right? They spend all the money, they get all those players, and they say we cannot compete with them. Fine. No. And you want to compete with Allegri?
Yeah.
We think he doesn't have the quality to put young people.
He can't even develop the people he has.
I said this to Dan earlier. To see what De Zerbi's doing at Brighton, holy shit. Why did we not get him?
So De Zerbi's in 7th place. He just beat Liverpool with Brighton. That guy, go sign him and have a guy that knows what he's doing.
I know, because again, this is the problem with Juventus. It shows with signing Allegri over younger coaches like a De Zerbi or whatever. It shows you with them bringing a 38-year-old Pogba and whatever Di Maria. However old they are, useless. Like, because they think that like by going by the name is better instead of just saying, who am I getting? What are they going to bring to the table?
Even Danilo say it's a matter of mentality.
Yeah.
We should not play like that.
Which that was never Juventus's problem, mentality. Like, that's on the coach. I'm sorry.
I remember Juventus when they used to play, there was 3-4 people on top of the guy that had the ball. He could not do nothing.
That's because and you guys laughed at me, not them so much, you, when I said losing people like Buffon and Chiellini's bad. And you're like, no, they're old, they have to retire, because you see, there's no DNA on that field. There's no leaders. The one guy who had some balls is Chiesa. He's just coming back. And Vlahovic, who's hurt and hasn't played. Everybody else there just goes for the jog for the weekend.
No, Danilo plays.
Danilo
Danilo's
Okay.
good.
Okay, but you're telling me there wasn't more Juventus DNA
But
when we had
Frank,
those
it's
other guys in the
not
field?
the individual. It's not the single guy.
It's the
It's
system.
the way the coach may put
Agreed,
them to
agreed.
play.
But sometimes when things are not going right, a single player or two can tell you, hey, wake the fuck up, right? On the field. Grab you by the collar and go, we're not going to lose 5-1. Wake up, right? It's 2-1. Let's play the second half. Like sometimes it's a couple people on the field that give you that. And this time I don't see where's it
Yeah,
coming
but
from?
if the player think they have to play up, and the coach say play back, what do you want them to do?
Yeah, that's a problem. I mean, listen, I don't know. I don't know what he was defending at 3-1, 4-1. I don't know what he was doing.
Usually when the team loses, at the end they put all the whatever they have running. They look like they want to do something. What do we show?
Napoli played more at the end, like they were losing.
It's 5-1. You're not going to do anything.
We look like and pray the game would have finished right away. Not wait to 5 minutes, We think it would be 6 or 7.
I'll say it, and then we can go on to something else. You can lose to Napoli all day long, fine, but you have to show up and play your game. Like you have to make it a 90-minute contest. If you lose, you lose. A little bit of luck, whatever. You lose 2-1, 3-2. Make it a game. Don't show up there 70% energy. You get beat up and down the field. You get embarrassed. Like that's on the coach. And that's on every player that's on the field too.
Hey, you decide to put a soul at the end.
Yeah.
Come on, why don't you try to do something before? Do something.
All right. Which game do we want to move to next?
Well, you guys mentioned I didn't make a card for Atalanta Salernitana, but that game was 8-2.
That game, I don't even discuss that game.
No, but they did fire their coach. But my thought on that is this guy saved you from relegation last year where you had like 6 points halfway through the year.
Yeah.
He saved you. You give him a contract extension, and then you fire him when you're like 9.
How many points? Salernitana point I have, 17, 18.
Yeah, like they're nowhere near the bottom. Like, what did you expect from
Well,
the
they are kind of by the bottom. They're 16th out of 20.
Yeah, but what is the point difference?
9 points more than Verona. In
that's
18.
a lot.
Yes, 7 or 8 points to third one.
No, 9.
9.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have been fired.
Why did he get fired? You know what they're going to do? They're going to hire a coach.
And they're going to bring him back.
He's coming back, and he's going to say that's exactly what's going to happen. I just thought it was really stupid, and he didn't deserve it.
And the coach, the guy from Cremonese is out too.
Yeah.
No, he's in last.
These people, they go out. Sampdoria lost today, out. They're already down.
But I understand if you're in the bottom 3, you want to make a change.
Yeah, it's true. 9 points out of relegation right now for the Salernitana. Isn't that better than they could expect, really?
Yeah.
9 points out?
7, I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me. Their team isn't terrible. I think he's going to be back.
They're 3 points out of 12 behind Empoli.
Yeah, exactly. I think
No, but you see, Nicola did something. He stole to the player the grinta, the willing to play. Hey, what player you have?
I mean, they lost 8-2 to Atalanta. So Allegri should be out too. Like he lost 6-1.
I would say Allegri's loss is worse.
No, Allegri take his jack, they throw the jack.
No.
Hey.
No, I think it was worse.
Yeah,
way worse.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just thought that was stupid.
I mean, they tied the game before 1-1 to Torino, so it wasn't like they've lost a bunch in a row. I don't know. I mean, they lost to Monza before that.
Well, Monza was playing decent.
And Milan. They lost to Milan 2-1.
Anyway, I just want to mention that. Chris, go to another game.
We can go to Milan. They tied 2-2 versus Lecce. All I'll say about this game, I didn't watch it, but you can tell they're a different team without Tonali.
Well, so that was one stat that they put out because he didn't start.
Inter won, but he didn't do great.
We're not talking about Inter. We're talking about Milan.
Hey?
We're talking about Milan. So Tonali didn't start. they said a stat that they only win 59% of the games if he's not there, and 67% if he does start. So he does make a difference. They're playing terrible. They lost in the Italian Cup midweek versus Torino,
Yeah.
where they had a man up. Actually, Torino had a red card, and they still beat Milan. And then they came out really flat in this game versus Lecce. They scored two goals, up 2-0, and then Milan came back and scored 2. But Lecce had the better play, the better chances.
They could have won it too.
They could have won it, yeah. It was a really bad performance, 2 in a row from them. So they're not even looking strong either. So this opens everything up for fourth place team Inter, who they are now have caught up to everyone and could easily take second place very shortly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because the next week Juventus plays Atalanta, so maybe they'll lose 6-1.
Well, I don't know, but you're right, Chris. They need Tonali back. Their defense has been terrible. Open people on the wings. Kululu and Tomori can't mark anyone in the center. They're wide open.
Own goals.
Own goals, yeah. The goalie is not as good as Magnan. If Leao and Giroud aren't scoring, they really have a hard time. Pobega had a lot of chances. He missed a bunch. They didn't play good at all. They were lucky to get a draw out of that game, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the difference between them and Juventus, though, right? They picked up points.
Yeah, but Pioli's pissed from that game. He's not happy about a 2-2 draw.
I get it, but Juventus loses a team like Monza, so it's fine.
Lecce's not a terrible team though. They play, and they play with 3 forwards. They try to attack. Colombo, Strefezza, Di Francesco. They actually play the ball and try to put the ball on net. So not exactly the same as Juventus plays the style.
Yeah. The other game I think you made a card for is Rome.
Oh yeah.
2-0 versus Fiorentina.
Yeah, did you? I watched this game. I watched most of this game. What really killed it was that Dodo got 2 yellow cards in
24th minute.
In the 24th minute. So Fiorentina was down a man for 70 minutes, and there's no way you're going to beat Rome. Not no way, but it's hard to beat.
As I say, without the ball, Roma.
The ball had 2 goals.
We know that.
Even the Pellegrini's not play well. Right?
Yeah, listen, we know that, and even Rome knows that. They're a different team. They need Dybala.
And they benched Zaniolo. I don't even think he dressed because he's having a terrible season. So he didn't play. So they played with Abraham.
This goes back to what
like you say.
This goes back to the beginning of the season when people were talking about 50, 40 million. I was like, I don't want to spend.
I don't think it's worth the money.
No, he's worth nothing right now. He's had a terrible season.
Listen, he's better than what he's playing, but that's the problem with him. He's up and down.
It's better, but it's not someone who score or shoot a goal. He make mistakes.
Yeah, but he's got the ability to be that. The potential there. Physically, he's insane. And if he just has his head on straight, and he makes really dumb choices when he plays. But he hustles the goal. But Abraham and Dybala played up top with Pellegrini right behind him. And, usually they have Pellegrini playing a little deeper, and it hasn't worked out, Cristante. But being up a man for 70 minutes, most likely you're going to win the game. And they did. And Dybala was the difference, 2-0. I just like to rub that in. Dybala was the difference.
Yeah, listen, all of us are happy about that. So,
hey, I picked him as top goal scorer. Did you too, Chris?
Top goal scorer overall?
No, we picked Jovic, didn't we?
Oh, we did, yeah. But I picked him to be the MVP of the league. I picked him.
Yeah, I think I might have picked him.
Not exactly working out.
I picked the guy who hasn't played. I think I picked Vlahovic. He hasn't played. He hasn't played 3 games.
He hasn't played in a while.
Maybe I jinxed him, actually.
Osimhen is the top goal scorer, 12 goals, and then there's 3 people with 9 goals. Lukman, who else, Chris?
I think Osimhen's going to run away with it.
Lukman's good, man.
Lukman had a really nice goal this week. You guys checking his mail. Yeah, so that was the other card that I made, Chris. I don't know. Do you want to read the other games?
Yeah, stop me when you hear something you want to talk about. Cremonese lost to Monza 2-3.
Yeah, they had a 3-0 lead, Monza, and then they came back 3-2. But they played better. Monza deserved to win.
Inter, and you mentioned it before, they won 1-0 versus Verona. I think Martinez had a goal, right?
Yeah, he scored in
Yeah, but
in
I
the
think
third
we're
minute.
gonna deserve a little bit more.
Nah, I mean Verona. No, Inter. He scored in the third minute. He had another chance. They had a few chances. Inter. They could have scored a bunch more.
They didn't play well. I didn't
But
like it.
Verona's team is they got like there's no one left. There's a lot of players gone.
Yeah, it's
From
gonna be
last
hard
year.
for them to get out of the bottom.
You know, the thing about the difference between teams that sell their players and can replace them consistently, like an Atalanta or Udinese used to do, and then the little guys who just like they end to have 3 or 4 players that do well, they sell them, they can't replace them, they go right back down. Because
Yeah,
like,
you see what's disappointing right now? And it's after the 31 point, 34 point. Udinese has been in 6 or 7 games.
yep.
Because nobody expected them to keep that up.
Yeah, but the way they start, they look a good team.
Yeah.
Something went wrong in there.
Going down the list, Lazio won 2-0 versus Sassuolo. I didn't watch any. I didn't even see highlights of this game.
So they had tons of chances. I think the big thing out of
Sassuolo
this,
played good.
yeah, Sassuolo had
Sassuolo
chances,
good.
but Lazio had tons of chances too. And then Immobile got hurt, so I don't know how long he's going to be out. But that's
He's
a big
always
injury.
Spezia beat Torino 1-0.
It was a boring game. I have nothing to say about that.
Bologna 2-1 versus Udinese. They won. They were losing that game, I feel like, right?
Yeah, Beto scored a really nice goal, and then Bologna scored 2. Orsolini blew 1 too. They could have scored more.
Yeah. And Empoli, I guess today they won 1-0 versus Samp.
Yeah, there was Coley scored 97th minute for Samp, but they called it back to VAR, so it ended up 1-0.
Well, 97th minute. What is this? A World Cup?
Yeah, I mean it was extra time, and he scored really late, and then the VAR reviewed it, and they took it away. I didn't see the play. I just saw because I put money on it, and I won, and I was pissed because they tied it, and I had money on Empoli, and I was like, "Fuck, I lost." And then they took the goal away. I was like, "Yes, I won."
Yeah, Frank here, right over there.
Again, my nose getting stuffy.
I think that's a signal to wrap it up. Want to go to the table?
Sure.
Top 4, we got Napoli 47, Milan 38, Juventus and Inter both have 37. Followed by the next 3 teams, Lazio, Atalanta, and Rome each have 34.
The first 14 minutes ago.
Let me finish. Lazio, Atalanta, Rome all have 34 points. Bottom 3, you have Verona, Samp, and Cremonese.
Yes, they got 2.
Yeah, all 3 of them are done.
We do have the Super Cup this week. What is it, Tuesday or Wednesday? What day is it? Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern, I think. Milan versus Inter in Saudi Arabia.
How much money are they getting for that?
I don't know. If
How
you are,
much, man? PCG get 10 million to get there.
they're playing a friendly. They're playing a friendly versus Ronaldo's team, PSG.
Okay, but I'm saying this game for Italy. Like, what are they getting for this?
And they say they offer Messi 300 million.
I don't know, Chris. They have to get a decent amount of money.
They talk about poverty. Come
Yeah,
on.
it's got to be a lot.
We're not giving them nothing.
So that is this week. And then also the Italian Cup, there's some games too. Like I think Juventus plays a game this week in the Italian Cup. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah.
They do. We're against Monza, right?
We play Monza Thursday.
Oh, that's a loss.
Monza 2-1.
That's Italian Cup.
That's
What?
a loss, dude.
I expect to win the 3-0.
If Monza wins, what are you gonna do?
No, I need to win puntando con la Lega.
Monza.
I could care less about the Italian Cup.
No, honestly, at this point, let them get knocked out of it. Who cares?
Yeah, honestly.
Less Pedro play.
Because he deserves nothing. He deserves no trophies. He's a horrible coach.
Yeah, actually, Dom in the chat says when Vlahovic coming back. He did start training. I think he might come back this week at some point.
He probably won't start it anyway.
But does it matter? Honestly, he doesn't get the ball.
Don't worry, Di Maria plays center forward over
Di
here.
Maria center forward with Keane backing him up.
Chris, you want to read the game?
Wait. Even the Vlahovic come back. We have the Maria behind the Vlahovic. doesn't change anything.
No, the same shit.
Same shit.
Before I read the fixtures for next week, we'll go into predictions from last week. Let's see. Frank got one game right. Rome, Fiorentina.
That's it.
Dan got the Sassuolo, Lazio, and Rome, Fiorentina game correct. I got Napoli, Juventus correct, and Rome, Fiorentina. And then Danny got Lecce and Milan exactly correct. So the standings are: I have 40, Pietro has 33, Dan has 32, and Frank has 29.
I'm in the second.
Yeah, you
Second
shot up.
ask me, yeah.
Want to move into the fixtures?
You know,
All right, we have round 19 fixtures. Try to pay attention. For anyone who doesn't know, we pick one game each, and then we pick the correct score. You get points if you get the win correct or the result correct, and then the exact score you get 2 points. So first game we got Verona versus Lecce, Salernitana versus Napoli, Fiorentina versus Torino, Samp versus Udinese, Monza versus Sassuolo, Spezia versus Rome, Juventus versus Atalanta, Bologna versus Cremonese, Inter versus Empoli, and Lazio versus Milan. And those games are the 21st through the
Kind of
24th.
listening to that. Hold on, let me pull these games up. Are there any good games that stand out for you, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to pick Juventus Atalanta, obviously.
and Lazio Milan probably.
Yeah.
Two teams going in total opposite directions, right? Based off of this week, Atalanta had 8 goals, and Juventus let up 5 goals. So
Yeah, Juventus Atalanta.
Juventus is home.
What?
For what?
2-1.
Who?
Juventus, 2-1.
Ugh, what? He's such a fan. Ugh.
what a homer.
3-1 Atalanta.
No, get out of here. 3-1 Atalanta.
Okay.
I'm going to say 1-0 Juventus.
Ew.
So this is like, it should be on a platter for Juventus, right? Like Atalanta coming off a huge win, Juventus getting embarrassed.
Hey, Atalanta missed the best player.
Who?
Copenhagen.
Who cares? He's a midfielder. Juventus midfield sucks.
Juventus playing home, right? Juventus like getting embarrassed. They have so much to prove, right? That they should win this game 1-0 or 2-0. With that being said, I'm saying Atalanta 3-1.
Okay, so you agree with
the
me?
Allegri fact. No, I think I just will not pick Juventus after last game. I think they're gonna win, but I'm gonna pick Atalanta anyway.
Okay, in chat, Poop picked 8-2 Atalanta.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I wish.
Right.
I wish.
We're gonna pick Lazio Milan, right?
Yeah.
Lazio's
Sure.
home.
No Mobile, right? He's
That's your
probably-
Milan.
Yeah,
Oh, this is a good game.
Yeah,
it
but
is. I think
Milan's not playing good.
2-2.
Lazio's home. I don't trust Lazio.
I know.
2-1 Milan.
I'm going to say draw because I don't trust either of these teams right now. 1-1 draw.
I'm gonna say Milan's playing bad. Lazio's home. Everything's pointing to Lazio should be able to win this game 2-1. With that, I'm gonna say 2-1 Milan.
Like he's just copying me.
You know what's another game, Chris, that I want to pick? Inter versus Empoli. I think that's a good game.
Okay.
I think we
Inter's
should pick
home.
that one. Inter's home, yes.
I don't see them.
Empoli's got the goalie, man. They got the goalie.
Empoli, tie 1-1.
1-1.
I'm still saying 2-1 Inter, but
2-1 Inter. That's what
I think Empoli gives a good game to them, though.
Yeah, 2-1 Inter as well. Last game, what do you want to pick?
Should we go Fiorentina Torino?
Yeah, we could do that.
That's a good game too. Fiorentina, Torino.
I'm going Torino on this one. I like Torino. Well, low score.
I said 1-1.
He says 1-1. I say 1-0.
I'm saying 1-1.
I say 2-1 Torino.
All right. Anything else you guys want to add before we wrap it up?
Allegri
No,
out.
I mean, if you do want to watch the Italian Cup, it's on Paramount +2 along with the season. So those games are midweek. The Super Cup is, I'm assuming, on that too, right?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I could be wrong though. I don't know. I have to look it up.
And if you want to poop like a champion, get the cereal.
Do you have a promo code for that, Frank, or what?
I don't, but I'll tell you, my toilet's been getting a workout.
All right, with that being said, good night. We'll see you guys next week, 9 o'clock on Monday. Like and follow if you like what you hear. Good night.
Adios.
Good night.
Bye.